Next, we want to go to extensions and make sure that we install MUI snippets. So we'll go ahead and search for that and go ahead and install and enable this first one here by VS Code Shift. And now we can navigate back to our browser and go to MUI, and we're going to select this first link here. This will also be available in the description. And now we're going to navigate to Docs, go to Material UI, and it's going to give you guys a basic overview of what's going on here, but we're going to skip past that, go to Installation, and we want to copy this first npm statement, go back into VS Code, open a new command prompt, simply paste in this npm statement. And what I'm going to do to show you guys what's going on is go to the package.json, and you guys want to make sure that your React and React DOM dependencies are installed before you run this installation, or it's going to mess everything up. And once you confirm that, go ahead and run this npm statement, and that will install MUI. Once this is done running, you guys are going to notice that that installs 3 new dependencies for us. Now we'll go back to the MUI installation here, and if you guys want to use styled components, you're going to want to go ahead and run this today, but we're not going to be doing that, so we'll go ahead and skip that. So next we want to install the default font of Roboto. So what we want to do is copy this installation statement here, go back to VS Code, simply paste it in and run it. Now that you guys can see we successfully installed that, what we want to do is go into our app.jsx and go ahead and import that in. So what we'll do is go ahead and paste in import font source / Roboto. Now we need to install one more dependency, so we'll go back here to MUI, and down here we want to use this npm install so we can use the icons that MUI has to offer. So what I'll do is copy that, go ahead and paste it into my command prompt again, and go ahead and run that. Now you guys can see we have all of our dependencies successfully installed. Now we want to navigate back to our src folder and go ahead and create a new folder called components. And here is where we're going to house all of our components. So first, we'll go ahead and create a new folder here called navbar. Inside of this navbar component, we're going to go ahead and create a navbar.jsx file. And then we're also going to create a navbar.css file. And we're not going to be using this CSS file at all today, but it's just a good practice to create it anyway. Now we can navigate back to our navbar.jsx, and what I'm going to do is type in RAFCE to generate our boilerplate like so. And so at this point, what I'm going to do is move VS Code over to the left and my live server onto the right, and you guys are going to see that nothing is displaying at this point. And for now, I'm going to go ahead and close up my terminal. That's not going to mess with our live server. That's going to continue to run. This is just going to give us some more space. And so we actually see our navbar text here inside of this div. What we need to do is import this into our app.jsx, import our new component using the import statement, and we want to import our navbar. You guys are going to see it already knows what we want to do, so we'll click that. You guys are going to see this is coming from our components, navbar, and then navbar needs to be .jsx for our JSX file here. We can use this component down here like so, and you guys are going to see that the navbar text displays. So now that we have that set up, I'm going to navigate back over here to Material UI, and I'm going to go down to here where it says components. What you guys are going to see here is a list of a whole bunch of different components that you can use, and it shows you how you can use them. So for example, with our button, it's going to show us these examples, and then it's also going to show you all of the code if you click this button here. But what we want to do is search specifically for our app bar, which is going to serve as our navigation bar today. And you guys are going to see it gives us a bunch of templates down here that we can use. And what we're going to do is copy this first one here. And I'm going to copy the code inside of this return statement, go back to my navbar component here, and simply go ahead and paste it in to replace this content here. You guys are going to see that nothing is happening yet because we haven't imported any of our MUI components. So what we need to do is go back here, and up here at the top, we want to copy all of these import statements and simply paste it in to our navbar.jsx. Now you guys can see that the navigation bar is successfully displaying here. Well, what you guys are going to quickly notice is that this is not dynamic, it's not responsive. So that's going to be the biggest problem with using MUI components, is it gives you kind of a template here, but it doesn't actually add any of the additional features that you would want out of like a navbar here, for example. So what we're going to do is go ahead and remove all of this content here, and we're just going to go ahead and create it ourselves from scratch. Tap here to see what happens next.